Hello everyone, I'm back. It's 8:39 p.m. at night. So thankfully, I have another night of hotel room out of the cold. And tomorrow night and Sunday night is supposed to be cold as well. I'm not sure about Monday night, but I think at least Tuesday and for the rest of the week it's supposed to get much warmer, like spring weather, but then be raining a lot. So as soon as I got out of the hotel, I went um to, I guess I'll say, mainland New Orleans, you know, and then after I transferred and got on the Jackson Esplanade bus, excuse me, that's when I noticed that somebody had helped me with enough for one night. It was, well, one night plus a little bit extra. And so for the weekends, they raised the prices on the hotels. And then during the week, it's you know, cheaper. And I'm not about to take the Greyhound bus soon, I don't think, but I think it's like that for the Greyhound bus as well, like Tuesday and Wednesday, or sometimes Thursday if you're lucky, might be the cheapest. But excuse me. It's so yeah, they raised up the prices for the hotel because it was mm, I think it was about approximately $20 cheaper um yesterday, you know. So excuse me, well, at that other hotel, at that incident, I'm sorry, that the other hotel, about a month ago or a few weeks ago, with that incident that happened, I could have been paying much cheaper over there. But even the in-person gang stalkers will sabotage or try to set you up, or so well. So I came back, but on my way, I had some Vietnamese food. Like Vietnamese for lunch, and with the money that was donated to me. In addition to the hotel room, I had some Vietnamese food and a little cup. Well, it wasn't a tiny cupcake, but it was a cupcake. But the um the Vietnamese food, it was healthy. Like, it was healthy and clean. It was like healthy and clean eating, but it was like um excuse me, some rice, and it was like a all I know is scrambled eggs and poached egg, but I don't know if it's like um the different types of way to cook eggs. Oh, and boiled eggs. I know about boiled eggs too, but it was like a fried egg, but the yolk was raw. The egg was fried, but the yolk was raw. You know, but I guess that's how they serve it. If I would have known that, I would have asked them to have it more thoroughly cooked. But I mean, I guess I won't get sick. But excuse me. So it was rice and an egg, and on top of a leaf of lettuce, and some I think um a small amount of shredded carrots, and and a little cucumber. I mean, a little piece, a slice or something of cucumber, and some excuse me, small strips of chicken, and like some, I guess, Asian sauce. And excuse me, and I had a cupcake on the side, but I had took off almost all of the icing. I don't like a lot of icing on my cupcake or cake, but the cupcake was kind of hard, it wasn't moist or anything, you know. And I had a small little sample piece of king cake. So, excuse me. So then they had a perp that he was perping with the red shirt and then put his arm out the window on my way walking here. And I had some other perp activity go on. And so then the guy at the front desk was talking on the phone, you know. Well, he said he was on the phone with the general manager, but the conversation sounded like as if he was on the phone with like a friend or a family member or something. I'm like, come on, man. You know, I was tired and ready to just get back up here. And then he had like dirty fingernails and dirty hands. And his hand, like he just narcissistically grabbed my phone when his hands were wet, and his hands were wet, and he had dirty fingernails, and on both, hands, dirty fingernails, and then on his left hand, it looked like as if he possibly ate barbecue chicken or buffalo chicken and didn't wash his hands or something. You know, but then I came up here and I started uploading some videos, but then um sleep got the best of me. I was trying to fight it and hold out, but I had been sleep deprived and not getting proper or enough sleep for the past over a week or so. And then I finally dozed off without realizing that I dozed off and fell asleep until I woke up, and I forgot what dreams I had. And then I woke up. I guess I slept for a maximum of 2 hours, and my sleep was kind of spotty, I guess. And then after that, I was trying to see. I mean, because I felt like sometimes, like, I feel like I need a break from being bombarded with so much gang stalking around me. And I felt like I felt like I didn't want to go back out and about, out in public. for the rest of the day. I felt like I just needed to rest or whatever. And then it's so cold. I don't know how much cold it is now, you know. So it's amazing how warm it was yesterday. And then when I got out of the hotel room, I felt like I was unbearably freezing cold and just got out of the shower. And you know, and then my hair was wet from, washing my hair and everything. And then after that, you know, yeah, I took the bus and, you know, they had this female that she looked like, part of LBGTQIA or whatever community. And she was big enough that she was twice my size and sitting in the aisle seat, and she looked like she had her phone aimed at me, filming me when I got on the bus. And then she was giving me mean looks, like as if she wanted to fight me, and got an attitude with me when I, passed through the aisles on the bus to go towards to sit in my seat. You know, so, well, I guess it must have been meant for me to miss that first Jackson Esplanade bus, because I probably would have rode all the way downtown, just to have to come back and turn around and come back over here. So, but I'm thankful and glad to be, have a room and out of the cold. Yesterday, that room, well, I'm next door to the room I was in yesterday. But last night, I like the the bed was so comfortable, and the covers and everything was so comfortable and cozy. And I had no problems with with the shower or the in the water, whether at the sink washing my hands or the shower, was nice and hot. And everything was in the bathroom was pretty fine, except my only little issue, was the it's like, instead of the tub at the bottom being flat, it seemed like it was narrow and curvy the way it was designed. But I'm glad I had like the air conditioner was perfect. I didn't turn the heater on because I didn't need to, because it was warmer. But I needed the air conditioner on yesterday. Now today I need the heater on. And so um this room, it seems like that um it seems like that the heater seems like it's okay, and the bed is okay. But this bathroom, um the sink, I mean the water, like the hot water is like lukewarm. The hot water is lukewarm, but the sink is the water in the sink took long to drain out, And then I haven't taken a shower yet, so I don't. But the the I guess the the bathtub, the faucet in the tub, it's like leaking. I mean, it won't shut off all the way, you know. But the room yesterday, I like that room a whole lot better. Well, the bathroom, a whole lot better. But I even think that the bed is more comfortable. The bed from that room is more comfortable than this one, but it's not too bad. This bed right here, you know. But I'm thankful and glad to thankful and glad to have a room out of the cold. So for dinner, I tried to order something. First, I tried to order Jimmy John's, but um I didn't. I mean, I didn't have you know, I wasn't sure if I had all the correct information, so I just said never mind. And then I was gonna try to see what else to order. As I said, trying to take a break from, I needed some downtime because I get overwhelmed, and then with me being forced homeless and dealing with all the gang stalking, I try to get as much as a break from the public as possible, you know. And it's like I got so much of like the gang stalking has increased my phobia of being around people, being around other people. And so I ended up not ordering anything um on DoorDash or Uber Eats or anything, and I just went down to the snack machine and got a tiny little bag of chips and a pack of cookies. The cookies that's not that sweet, you know. And when I went downstairs, they had this guy that was talking really loud. Um, and I went to get my stuff, at the snack machine. Then I went upstairs, and like on my way upstairs, they had this couple. It was they looked like devil worshippers, and the female had, you know, she had red hair, that Masonic fake dyed red hair, and a red shirt, purple with the red. And then as I was trying to go, because the elevators are broken, so I had to take the stairs. And so as I was going upstairs, she came downstairs and was trying to beat me to her coming downstairs before I can even get upstairs. And so I had to yeah, they try to make themselves feel more important than you. So I had to back down and go back downstairs and then wait for her to come down the stairs. You know, and she was fake nice. But the boyfriend, I know they're not married. I could tell. The boyfriend was wearing an orange shirt or orange hoodie or something. I think he was wearing a almost neon orange hoodie. And he walked down the stairs as I was walking up the stairs. Now, he had the phone held close to his stomach, not his chest, but more like his stomach. Like he had his phone held kind of close to his stomach. Like I knew he was filming and recording me. And then I didn't bring my phone, so it's like, okay, I left my phone in the room and go downstairs, and they still, people still gang stalking me. So, I mean, but if I would have brought my phone and filmed and recorded him, he would have made a big scene, and I would have to be packing out of here, and probably with no refund, and wrongfully banned forever. But he got an attitude and tried to act suspicious when he held his phone close to him, like as if he was suspicious of what ghetto New Orleans people say, do like the old folks will say, doing something he ain't got no business. So excuse me. So it's like, yeah, he was and then like when I was standing at the bus stop to try to go towards downtown, um they had so many perps filming and recording me in their cars and everything. Had their phones aimed at me. And I heard that when they drive by the target and film or video or take pictures of the target, I heard that that's trafficking. And I heard that they making a whole lot of money, making a whole lot of money off of you. So, yeah, with having 3 TikTok accounts wrongfully shut down, um, the perps did that at the worst time that they can do it. I could see if it was more like spring weather and nice weather or whatever, but nah, when I'm at my lowest and need help the worst. And I even, that job that told me that I'm hired. I mean, I understand with the weather or whatever, but I figured, well, I ain't gonna wait on them because I've heard some people had reviews where they said that they were told that they were hired by the recruiter, and then they got ghosted or they never got hired. So I'm like, I'm not gonna wait on them. So I went to try to look for and try to apply, for more jobs or whatever. I submitted, more applications today, you know. But one thing, I was like, as I said, I can't be around, like, I can't even work at malls and stuff or retail stores because they always have loud music, you know. So, now I remember why that fake Savalas perp, why she pissed me off. Cause she was saying stuff that she lied on me and said that I don't have any evidence of my targeting, in which I even have evidence to as of today of my targeting. They making my eye and stuff itch. I'm sorry, y'all. So she doesn't even have that much footage of herself, and I got a few years of evidence of my targeting. Like, if the perps wouldn't have wrongfully shut down my channel from 2019, I could have had almost 5 years worth of gang stalking proof. But I'll say 4 years. Um, I'll say 4 years. So so she and it's like regular perps and narcissistic control freak fake TI perps. It's like I told y'all that Taylor Savalas was she was donating money, but then she was doing sneaky stuff behind my back and gaslighting and manipulating me. And she was like going in my YouTube live streams, not TikTok, but YouTube live streams, and she would say something messy about my twin sister and a new girlfriend and try to gossip to me about her and then delete her comments. Hurry up and delete her comments. And then, she was nice for a few weeks or a couple of weeks and donating, as I said, without me even really asking. And I never went to her and asked her personally, directly for any money. Some days she would donate $10 almost every day without me having to ask or without me asking. And then, but a couple of times she donated, maybe 2 or 3 times with the hotel, enough for a night or two in the hotel room, and then was trying to give me tips on certain things, and then one day she just randomly came out of nowhere and started a conversation with me or whatever, direct messaging me on TikTok. And then I don't remember fluently everything that she said, but she was saying some things to me that sounded like she was sneaking behind my back and listening too much to my twin sister. Because she made me aware that she was watching my twin sister's videos and live streams. And then at first she was running to me, telling me that my twin sister's nuts and crazy and obsessed and this, that, whatever. And pretended that she was on my side. And she betrayed me for no reason. This Taylor Savalas person. And so then after that, she had gave me this long lecture and falsely accused me of preferring to be out in the cold homeless than to deal with neighbors loud music. And that's not how that happened. She falsely accused me of trying to prefer to be homeless and out in the cold than to deal with neighbors loud music. And as I told y'all, that housing agency told me to leave, and the neighbors were trying to kill me. And the housing agency was egging it on, encouraging that in that meeting they were encouraging that Whitney perp to hurt me, or try to make it like she had every right to hurt or kill me or do whatever she wanted to me. And they were already had their minds made up to be hell bent on wanting to take sides with her. And so then, the Taylor Savalas perp, like, she approached me, or it wasn't until after I became homeless and back in New Orleans when she started to contact me, and pretended to fake befriend me, and then secretly doing sneaky stuff behind closed doors and acting very messy. And then, Taylor Savalas, she also When I told her about my hypersensitivity, and she was trying to make like as if I have to put up with being gang stalked and that they're gonna do it and I have to just ignore it and this and that, whatever. You know, I don't remember everything that she said, but what really pissed me off and upset me, and I know she got that from my twin sister, trying to say, well, you can't expect people to tiptoe around your disability. Well, I wasn't even trying to get people to tiptoe around my disability, but who the hell wants to put up with blaring loud music all day every day where you can't even get any peace or quiet? And where being assaulted by loud bass every day. And that's totally unnecessary. And all the street theater and perping and gang stalking and so Taylor Savalas, she never shows her face in videos. And then when she did that fake live stream with my twin sister, she had I didn't even get to watch the live stream, and I didn't watch it, and she had on a fake mask, and so you couldn't see her real face. She had on a mask and eyeglasses or whatever, and then my twin sister got mad because Taylor Savalas had did a live stream with her and then deleted the video. And my twin sister got mad at her for deleting the video and tried to make it like she was fake or whatever. And so then then they got back friends again. See how my twin sister's so quick to forgive her, a total stranger. And then Taylor Savalas, she pretended to be fake hurt at me blocking her. She tried to say, oh, after donating Candy so much money and this and that, whatever, I'm still hurt by what she did to me. But as I said, donating me money when I'm at my lowest does not give people the license or entitlement or the right to manipulate and abuse me and play games. And then after I caught on to that you're a perp, then and block you after you abused and offended me, then you play like you're the victim and spread a smear campaign and falsely accuse me and lie and say that I did you wrong. Excuse me. Excuse me. So I'm glad I cleared that up and straightened that up, So the online perps, as I was trying to say, they're falsely accusing me of whoring for money and try to talk about that I lay on my back pity prostituting. And that's how they lied and they manipulated that that guy that I talked about, that British guy, from a was that yesterday? No, I think it was the day before yesterday or a couple earlier this week. They got in that man's head and I mean, it's like if you have a house and a car, you have a job and you support, and then afterwards it's like, how you falsely accuse me of not being a TI, or you falsely accuse me of being a fake TI, After all the evidence that I had, and then you do videos, and I don't see any evidence of you being followed and harassed. Excuse me. And then you believe and support me at first. Excuse me. And then afterwards, like, you lie and say that I'm not a TI or that I'm a perp and I never did you anything. And we never had a misunderstanding. And then he started linking up with the perps and traffickers. He secretly got hateful and blocked me on Twitter, and I wasn't even aware. And then, like, when you link up with the perps and you know that they're perps, Darius did the same thing. And Miss Samantha and Monique and all the Michaela, 144 Calico, and the others. You know, they start perping, and Paul Toussaint, that guy, all of them, they claim that they can't stand being gang stalked, but then they join the bullying campaign, and like the fake TI perps that turn against and manipulate and betray me, they be more harsh and brutal than the regular perps. You know, but it's like people feel like you have a house and a car and you know, a job and everything. But me being homeless, the moment I get one night out of the cold, you falsely accuse me of selling out and being fake. Or falsely accusing me of being a fake paid TI. Excuse me. You know, but, excuse me, the donation, you know, I don't even get a whole lot all the time. You know, excuse me, and I only ask for help when I need it. When I get my Social Security check at the beginning of the month, I don't ask for anything at all. You know, but with this being January, nah, excuse me, I'm pretty sure that less than half of my Social Security check would have been spent on bills if they wouldn't have gang stalked me out of my apartment. So they're creating a false narrative that I just one day got mad at neighbors for blasting out music or making noise, and then just willfully walked out of my apartment and threw all my belongings away and just hit the high road and then come on the streets. I mean, just for an excuse to come on the streets and be homeless and start begging for attention and money. And that's not how things happen at all. At all. So, and then fake TIs and gang stalkers, they're expecting for worse to happen to me. They expect for worse to happen to me. Like as if I'm not suffering hard enough. It's like you have a house and a car with a $50,000 a year salary. Or more. Or higher. I will die never getting to see that much money for a yearly salary. But for the one night somebody get a hotel room out of the cold, y'all flip out. Out of freezing temperatures, y'all flip out and falsely accuse me of being fake and all that. But then y'all talk you hide your face, and then or you sit behind a desk and just run your mouth, or sit in your car and just run your mouth. I mean, as I said, I showed y'all evidence today of me being followed around, stalked, and harassed at the freaking bus stop. Well, the little well, I wouldn't call it actually a terminal, but the bus area, So, I mean, I ended up with, you know, less people to be able to help me. I was trying to get enough for a whole week in a motel, you know, from if multiple people can help me, you know, and as I said, I've been doing my due diligence to look for jobs, and the gang stalkers that lie on me and spread the slander that I'm pretending to be targeted. The fake TI perps and regular perps falsely accused me of pretending to be targeted just to scam for money. And then, excuse me, they make threats to how they're gonna call up find out where I work at and call the police and have me fired. And then lecture me about my behavior. And I'm like, how can you lecture somebody about bad behavior or tell somebody about the Bible when you're trying to harass me about how I should join the kingdom, make the right decision and join the kingdom of darkness, but then you hypocritically harass me and try to talk about me cursing out elderly and all that. Well, elderly be freaking gang stalking me. So the gang stalkers falsely accused me and made a false narrative or a false smear campaign and lied on me and said that I pray that I'm the one harassing people in the community, and that I'm preying on that I'm harassing people in the community, and that I'm preying on the weaker people like the elderly, disabled, and children, and the disabled military vets and stuff. But no, I mind my business. I stay to myself. And all these people trafficking and perping me. And you're not going to switch the narrative of the truth. Your word does not have the final authority. I know what's true, and you're not going to gaslight me. You're not going to make me gaslight myself. And then they want to call me schizophrenic. Fake TIs, I have caught them calling me schizophrenic and crazy and say I need help and need pills and stuff too. I'm like, well, when you pretended to be nice to me and supportive and cool with me last week, you were telling me to stay out of the psych ward, stay away from the mental hospital, don't take those toxic pills. And then when you betray me and become a perp, or act like a perp, excuse me, you falsely accused me of being a fake TI, and then you falsely accused me of being crazy and saying that I'm schizophrenic and need meds. That I need meds like yesterday. So the way that people, and this is one of the reasons why people who claim to be targeted, and even if you're not targeted, the way people switch up on you is the reason why I can't live with nobody. So I'm fighting to get my own place. Again, hoping that it could be someplace quiet. And I'm fighting to get my own place and hopefully someplace that's quiet. And but and also you know, trying to get my own job opportunity that will but it's like there were certain jobs that I can do, but if it weren't for all the loud music and there or whatever, that's like psychologically crippling to me, and it hurts my ears, and it's very distracting. You know, so the neighbors were creating noise campaigns and noise harassment, following me around with one headlight, arm out the window, and all that, and like even the Whitney perp, that's a female, and she will wait until after like everything's quiet, nice and normal, and then as I jump into the tub, it's like she strategically wait until after I get in the tub, and then and that other neighbor with the loud music too. I think they said his name was Reginald, and from number 72. I was in number 75. And Whitney was right next door in number 76. And so, multiple times, they will strategically wait until after I got, and almost every time I took a shower, they will strategically wait until after I got in the tub to start blasting loud music. Now, like the pattern happens so much that it's being done on purpose. It's like I'm wondering, it's like, am I being watched, or how? I heard that the neighbors can see what you're doing in your own apartment. So if Whitney waits till after I'm got all my clothes off in the shower, after I start running the water, and then they start blasting loud music, and I feel like with my hypersensitive ear conditioning, my condition, I feel like tortured, with the loud music. They start blaring it really loud, and then I would end up and then that coincides with them blasting the loud music, either her or the Reginald guy, and then me trying to wash myself and take a bath, and then they start squeezing my organs, all that together, or if I try to take a peaceful soak, like a detox soak in the tub, and then they wait till after I start to lay down and start to soak and detox in the tub to create the noise campaigns and noise harassment, street theater and everything. And then after I get out of the tub, I at wit's end and frustrated, and go outside and confront them and ask them to turn it down, and then they get all ignorant, ghetto, and disrespectful. And then after the police is called, they will try to gaslight and hurry up and turn it down, to where the police will be gullible and stupid and falsely believe that the loud music is within the proper decibel. And then after the police leave, the perp neighbors turn the music right back up again. And I've dealt with this at almost every place to live. After dealing with the gang, after the gang stalking got bad. I don't deserve to be robbed of my peace and quiet. If you want to listen to music, why don't you buy some headphones? And I have video evidence of that Reginald guy and the person next door. You know, how do your neighbor, if you imagine if you in a say for example, um prior to moving in that apartment, I didn't know those people, those neighbors. But how do the neighbors know to perk me with blasting Aaliyah's song "One in a Million" and all that, or they to blast Aaliyah's song or blast in any kind of music, you know? And um, when I was staying at 2812 Claremont Street in Jefferson, Louisiana, part of New Orleans, in that Shrewsbury area, certain neighbors have told me that after I left, I mean, they said that it was quiet, and then like within 2 weeks or a month later, the neighbors, like the crackhead druggy neighbors, would start noise harassment and noise campaigns and everything. And then after that, after I left, when my lease was up, neighbors had told me that after I left, um, after I left, that everything got back quiet. It's been very quiet and peaceful. But I had never lived next door to where the neighbor Michelle, um that was the next door neighbor, that she would always knock on my door begging me for money and food, or like asking me for flour or sugar or stuff like that. And I had no idea that she was a druggie. And um and I didn't know that her boyfriend or whatever, Stanley, got arrested and went to jail. you know and I mean, I heard a fight in the middle of the night. And then, like, it was more quiet when Mr. Stanley was there. And then they had like a physical fight. And then they had a physical fight, and then I heard glass being broken. It was like my first or second month there. I heard glass being broken, and then he banged her up the wall, threw her up against the wall so hard that my whole entire apartment shook. And then when I was at 2812 Claremont Street in the year 2017 through 18, um, Miss Michelle or whoever neighbors nearby, all the neighbors were perps, and I didn't realize it, but they were attacking me with weapons so bad that they were killing me, and I had to keep they were killing me up in there and sleep depriving me really bad, and I had to keep going to the emergency room, not realizing what was going on. you know and I mean, they kept on causing problems with my heart as well, bad enough to where I was supposed to end up going to see a cardiologist. And I had to take like I didn't go like long term to see a cardiologist, excuse me, but I had to go and take a stress test for my heart, because in 2017 or 2017, when I went to Ochsner on Jefferson Highway, Ochsner Hospital, not the emergency room, but the doctor's office across the street on Jefferson Highway, the doctor told me that my heart is larger than normal. And I was wondering why or how, you know. And then, excuse me, and then I I guess the perps were hitting me with weapons bad enough that they were I guess raise my blood pressure and you know, and from like one time I had to go to the emergency room and I didn't want to call an ambulance. Excuse me, and I tried to get on the bus and try to get help with 75 cents. And nobody on the bus had the 75 cents. And then the ambulance took a very long time to come and get me. And then they try to lie and say like, and I had days of sleep deprivation, like end up going like 18 days with no sleep sometimes. 18 days at a time with absolutely no sleep sometimes. I mean, y'all have no idea. This happened twice in 2017 to have 18 days of no sleep straight. Can y'all picture that? And then they would have like a bunch of ambulance, like say if I'm all the way by Claiborne and Carrollton, and would hear the ambulance and not knowing that that was part of the gang stalking, and it would cause me panic attacks and fear, lots of fear and anxiety and panic attacks, and I would feel traumatized by the specific kind of different sirens that they would have. But it's been a while since I heard the sirens sound like that. They made it sound extra scary. And but after Mr. Stanley went to jail for that fight, I didn't even realize that they would fight, because I heard that she would spend up the money on crack or whatever. And Mr. Stanley was trying to stop her from doing that. And after Mr. Stanley got arrested and went to jail, she started to let any and everybody in her apartment, all these men buying, because there was another neighbor that told me that she was a crackhead, and at the beginning of the month, I would hear, it would be like 4 o'clock in the morning, I'd be hearing men knock on the door. But I heard that she was buying crack from these men, not selling, but buying crack from them. But I never heard any sex or any sex noises, and she would be smoking weed too. And I could smell it all the way through my apartment, and I couldn't even sleep in my bedroom, because the bedroom and the closet, all my belongings smelled like weed. And when I was at the previous apartment in Pensacola for that month, the neighbors would smoke weed, and I was forced to smell their weed just about every day. So the neighbor Whitney waited until that meeting to try to complain and talk about me, all that I be loud on my phone. But I would be, and it's like, how can she say I was loud on my phone if I would be doing videos like I'm doing now, in my apartment, but it would be like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, But she lied, that Whitney perp, she lied to the housing people and said that I complained about her watching Coco Melon with her kids. And that wasn't true. I never complained about her watching Coco Melon if it was during the day, but I would hear her blasting the TV at night after it wasn't until after I told her about the loud music, then she started to think that she could punish me and start blasting loud TV at night. And then the neighbors next door on the other side would either have the dogs barking a lot, or one time one of the neighbors broke down and had like a demonic cry. And then at first I thought she was sincere or having like a so-called mental health crisis, but then I started to wonder, I'm like, let me start to film and record. And once I started filming and recording her, I guess that must have been street theater. And once I started filming and recording her, then she stopped everything in its tracks. And then after I stopped recording, she started back up with the fake crying again. The fake demonic sounding crying, like it's like loud fake crying in a way that it sounded like as if she hollered and cried and screamed, like as if imagine crying in a way that sounds like sounds like the way a woman would holler and cry if their baby daddy got murdered or something. That kind of cry. Like scream and holler through the top of their lungs, and cry. And then, that happened like once or twice. And then I would hear like them having like loud conversations at night, or but at first my sleep was kind of good. And then once I got the free cable, now, why do I keep saying free cable? I meant to say free Wi-Fi from the Cox Cable Company in Pensacola. When I got the free Wi-Fi, that's when I ended up being like sleep deprived every single day. And it was hard sleeping on the floor or sleeping on that tiny little baby mattress. And I didn't have the money for furniture. But I was in the process of getting furniture and getting all that stuff, and I was forced to have to leave before I can even progress. And then I have, footage of other nearby neighbors, doing like the street theater and noise campaigns, and neighbors following me around, or they want to monitor me put trash in the dumpster, or monitor me while I go check the mail, and monitor me like they're babysitters or something. But I know what I went through. So that fake Shirley lady was also hiding behind a fake mask. She didn't even tell me her last name. But you want to try to intimidate and bully somebody, but you're hiding behind a fucking mask. She try to make it like as if I'm not supposed to do videos in my own apartment and put it on social media. And the online perps had already informed her, and she tried to give subtle hints to that she knew that I was putting stuff on social media or YouTube or whatever, because the online perps had already called them up and showed my videos. And the fake Aquarian Doris perp, bullying, harassing, and threatening me and stuff like that, But it seems like the fake Aquarian Doris perp, she keep making fake new accounts, and then she will it's like YouTube, her comments are so filthy and so horrible that they will always get censored. But when I look in the YouTube studio, I can only see part of her comment, and then my phone has been acting weird, so I can't even see everything she said, you know. But how, if you trying to recruit me to the kingdom of darkness, but then hypocritically and say, well, Jesus doesn't like you cursing out. I mean, Jesus will not bless you for because you cursed out the children and elderly, or something like that. She said, and then she lied and tried to copy my twin sister, and she's talking about videos. Now I have the screenshot of where she said, and I think I did put it in a community post where she said, maybe I didn't, but she said that oh, I know I put it on Twitter, that she said she mentioned that she was gonna invoke demons for my demise. And then she copied off my twin sister and lied and said, I mean, she tried to lie and say that she never said that she was going to invoke demons for my demise. And she tried to say, well, oh, you keep it up with your behavior, then that will lead to your demise. Well, I'm not, I mean, y'all the ones working for the devil in the kingdom of darkness, but lecturing self-righteously and lecturing me about my behavior and tell me how to act like a Christian, when you trying to say that I should make the right decision and join the kingdom of darkness. And the answer is fuck no. And I hope you get sick and tired and give up on me soon. Y'all do that fake ass coward shit behind behind a fake accounts. Cause y'all hide behind fake accounts because y'all know what y'all are doing is criminal. But y'all want to be self-righteous and nitpick and point out talking about me doing XYZ criminal or wrong. Hold up. See? My phone just alerted me saying freeze warning issued. And it says sub-freezing temperatures low as 27 expected. For the second freeze warning, sub-freezing temperatures as low as 30 expected. Y'all expect me to be outside in that kind of weather with no way to bundle up, or not even the money to bundle up? And my heart goes out to it, and I feel for anybody who got to be out in this weather suffering, and they don't deserve it, you know. So wow, what time is it now? It's 9:47 p.m. Wow, now I'm getting big hungry right now, but um after I ate a couple of small snacks and called it dinner. But I'm now I'm big hungry for a big meal, but I'm not gonna eat anything else tonight. I may drink another cup or two of water. But this, like, for lunch I wasn't really that hungry. But I'm glad I ate, and what I ate was healthy. Except the little cupcake, but I took most of the icing off. And the cupcake didn't seem like it had a high amount of fat either. But I don't know if I have a boil or something on my back. I didn't have it earlier, but there's something painful on my back. I don't know if I have a boil or a cyst or some kind of bump on my back. You know. So the perps, they're and the fake TI perps, they're narcissistic and use projection. You know, and it's like I usually don't have control over the thumbnail on my YouTube videos. I don't have control over the thumbnail of my YouTube videos. I guess what they'll do is they'll capture a random area of your YouTube video and then use that for like the for the still image. Excuse me. So I mean, I don't have any control over that. But I hate that ever since I got one of the phones in 2022, like say if I do something like this, unintentionally, if I do something like this, it will capture and screenshot as if I was showing one eye symbolism. And I don't do that. And it's like, wow, this technology is getting real evil. So then and also I have no control, or I don't know how to choose, I'm not sure about how to go about with the ads. Like, I don't make the choices or select what ads on my videos are shown. So I was completely unaware that there was an ad of a Masonic Bible. And I'm against Freemasonry, everything about it. And I don't even know everything about it, but, but I wouldn't want those ads, on my, I wouldn't want those running on my videos. But as I said, I was completely unaware. And either that or the perps lied and said that was a Masonic ad, a Masonic Bible ad or something like that. Maybe the perps lied because I never saw a Masonic Bible as an ad on any of my videos. So like, I mean it's a lot to excuse me. Me being homeless or busy fighting this gang stalking, you know, I don't even get the opportunity to you know, learn certain things, about being monetized or whatever. I just, and as I said, with the monetization, I end up reaching the threshold of $100 um on average about every 3 months. $100 every 3 months on average, and on maybe only a couple of times somebody gave me the super thanks. But other than that, I just document my gang stalking and my need for help. And if I didn't need help dealing with this targeting, I would still be documenting my gang stalking. And in 2019, well, before that thing started in 2020, and before the inflation and before things got worse, I was trying as best as I could to be independent and not have to ask for anything. And so I mean, Starbricker, would call up places to have me wrongfully banned from XYZ restaurant and hotel. And recently, the other day, I caught her bragging about me being wrongfully banned from like over 50 places. You know, but she called up Super 6 Motel in Pensacola, showed them my videos after a perp in a red excuse me, a perp in a red truck and one brake light or one tail light truck that wasn't a resident of the motel or wasn't a guest, and he nearly caught me off guard and nearly struck me with his truck. And when I put him on film, and then he hurried up and ran upstairs. I put him on film, excuse me, and then Starbricker called up the Super 6 Motel in Pensacola and showed them my videos, and they have me wrongfully banned forever, for the rest of my life. And Miss Mary was a fucking perp too. Abusive, narcissistic perp. A black woman. You do this to a fellow black woman. And she was fraudulently and illegally rich, living a high life. Fraudulently and illegally driving around in a fucking Cadillac. And narcissistic as you can get. And then she sent a whole bunch of homeless druggie perps to follow me in that she had them following me around and gang stalking me for months. And then, I put Miss Mary and them on film, and she didn't want to be filmed because they know what they did was wrong. And Miss Mary had called me crazy to my face and was threatening to get me locked up in a mental institution after I exposed her. And Starbricker got me wrongfully banned from Sky Zone. Called up, she found out where I was working at, and I didn't even say, well, I'm working at I work at Sky Zone. I didn't even tell people. But how she found that out? Because they brag and admit that they're stalking and tracking me. And they brag about, well, I've been following Candy for 4 years. You don't have the authority to do this. You're part of the fake Mormon cult. And the fake Darnell Williams perp, he copied off of her. When I said that she was doing all that to me, then he started to copy. And some of the other online perps started to copy. To call up places that had me wrongfully banned or falsely report my videos and get my videos wrongfully shut down. And then I appeal it, and then I appeal the videos, and then the appeal would get rejected. And they hate the truth that much that they're the liars, but you spread the truth, and then they want to call you the liar and delusional when it's them. They spread and believe lies. And they strip me of everything I have and keep me forced isolated with no support, no social system, and no help. After they robbed me from everything, these traffickers, after they robbed me from everything. And then they think my suffering is funny. But they're trying to traffic and trying to recruit or trying to beat me into submission to join that Luciferian cult. My twin sister's already part of it. And which I will not, but if I were to join, that wouldn't make her respect me even more. And I heard that that's why these celebrities be depressed. Because after they sell out, it won't make your problems go away. And then they end up turning to drugs and everything. To cope. So, excuse me. They're angry that they have not succeeded at scamming me out of my soul. So, I have enough for tonight, but I was trying to get enough help for tomorrow and Sunday and to stay off the streets. And later on this week, the weather would be warmer, but it's supposed to rain like crazy, and I will have no shelter overhead, like no building that I could go to stay out of. To go and stand underneath the building and stay dry. And it's like with the Super 6 motel in Pensacola, that was $60 a night or $55 a night a few years ago. But the summertime, it was more expensive than the winter. And then, after I got wrongfully banned from there, I ended up having to I ended up having to be forced to go to like more expensive hotels and motels or whatever. But their weekly rate was like $518 a week, in which I couldn't afford that. So at that Super 6 motel. But then what else? I can't even think right now. So yeah, I had to be forced to go to more expensive places, but Miss Annie herself at Hospitality Inn in Pensacola, Miss Annie used to love me. She was a Filipino lady. She used to love me and treated me like one of her favorites. And Miss Annie went out of town somewhere or on vacation somewhere and came back and started acting like a cruel, abusive, narcissistic perp. And Miss Annie herself picked the argument with me for an excuse to wrongfully ban me from the hotel, the extended stay hotel. And that was like $39 a night, the cheapest hotel or whatever in Pensacola. The cheapest hotel in Pensacola. And she was supposed to be Christian. But I don't remember whether or not she was throwing up satanic hand signs at me or not. But they really do get the gang stalkers to change. Get people to change Um, some people are nice and normal and like a normal person, and then after they start perping you, they become sadistic, narcissistic, and very cruel and cold-hearted. I don't know what they put in Miss Annie's head to make her treat me like she did. Excuse me. You know, I'm really scared. I'm really scared. Of suffering out in the cold or suffering in the rain, being wet with no shelter overhead. Excuse me. And as I said, if I get a job, the perps either sabotage or threaten to sabotage. Because they feel like I have no right to survive, no right to exist. Because they want to try to coerce me to join the Luciferian cult. And they try to make it like as if I have no right to live or survive until or unless I sell out and join them. And I don't want to. I would not. It was torture to me for even one man to plug himself inside of me. So I know it would be even worse, to be trafficked like that, So somebody was recently, earlier today, telling me about how the gang stalking and sex trafficking, that there's a big overlap. And she told me that she was glad that I'm speaking on it. I mean, in the gang stalkers, how I know that another way I know that they're traffickers, because they're sexually perverted. As I said, like, how are you a 65-year-old married woman that's acting like a peeping Tom towards somebody that's single and homeless? And how is it childish for me to point out the gang stalking tactics used on me? Or the narcissistic abuse tactics used on me? Y'all yell at me, tell me to grow up, but you're hypocritically bullying like fourth graders or third graders. I mean, the reason why I have a false bad reputation behind lies, false rumors, and smear campaigns. I'm trying to make a conscious decision to stay away from people and stay to myself. I mean, if me having a place to live where I wouldn't even step outside my door for 2 whole weeks at a time. So they want me to only depend on Yeah, as I said, that guy got murdered for see how I'm doing this? I'm like my eye is itching. So I didn't mean to do one eye symbolism, not on purpose. But yeah, the YouTube would capture that still image and then try to use that for a main and I did not even I don't even get to choose, you know. But I think they hit me with weapons to try to make my eye itch or try to make my nose itch or try to make this or that itch. Because once I get off camera, it'll be no more itching. And I'm feeling like very emotionally depressed and, you know, high anxiety, excuse me, on whether or not I'll end up living, if I'll get to live another day. And I don't even know if my twin sister herself had the life insurance policy taken out on me. There's no telling. She mentioned about the biological sister Ramona having a life insurance policy out on Sean. She said that Derek told her. And to have Sean killed off. And I have no idea where Sean is living at. But you know, my twin sister's ex-boyfriend Tyron said that Sean was living out in the east somewhere. You know, so, you know, Sean needs a restraining order away from Ramona. And like, I'm the black sheep of the family, and so is Sean. But it seemed like they got Sean to cave in. You know, and the family is just, they do a whole bunch of just grimy, dirty, wicked stuff. Stuff that is, yeah, like the Bible says, a shame to even speak of those things done in secret. That's how terrible the family is. But I've exposed some of the vile, corrupt, dirty things that the family has done. And that's one of the reasons why they're mad at me. You know, so I'm not perfect and I've done wrong, you know, throughout my life. And I never professed to be better than anyone, you know. The stalkers, the criminal stalkers won't allow me to make a living from my writings. And they're extremely jealous. But they lie and say that I'm jealous of them. So, I'm, hold up. So I was just about, done talking, but I noticed that the minute is at the minute of the video, like I didn't want to stop at this time, so I'll try to maybe talk a little bit more. Um, so I never heard of people considering it bad and childish behavior and get told for me to get told to grow up because I'm exposing evil and abuse that's and the tactics performed on me, you know. So I'm gonna go for now. I have to use the bathroom kind of bad. I didn't have to go a few seconds ago, but I just suddenly gotta go really bad. So thanks for listening to me. I need any and all the help that I can get out of the cold weather, out of the freezing temperatures, and next week it will be raining. And as I said, I've been doing my part trying to submit job applications, and they threatened me. You know, the same perps that falsely accused me of wanting to be homeless. No, y'all want me to be homeless. I don't like being homeless, and it's traumatizing and terrifying to be homeless. I don't like being homeless, but y'all it's traumatizing and terrifying to be homeless. But y'all are addicted to seeing me suffer and struggle, and y'all think it's funny. So thanks for listening to me. I love y'all. I'll see y'all later.